I'm Melanie Johnson along with my co-host Jen Foster. We are both 13-time best-selling authors. We've published over 2,500 books and made all of our authors #1 bestsellers. We own Elite Online Publishing. If you want to become a best-selling author, look us up at eliteonlinepublishing.com. Now, welcome to the podcast that shares secrets from top industry experts that show you how to get lasting success and results. This is the Elite Expert Insider Podcast. Hi, everyone. This is Melanie Johnson. I'm here with one of my best friends ever and my business partner. How lucky am I? Jen Foster. Hey, Jen.
Hey, everyone.
All right. Not only do Jen and I make you best-selling authors, sorry, I just feel like saying that today, even though I know you know that already, Elite Online Publishing, but remember to subscribe to our podcast. All right. I know a lot of you have been struggling. I'm going to date this podcast a little bit, but we're in the middle of the Corona-19. But what we're going to talk about is good for your business no matter what. Are you looking to fail-proof your business and always have income and always have money? Are you looking to lower your expenses and raise your profits? Hello, count me in. Yes, I want all of that. Put me on the list. So that's why we have Marcia Riner here today, because she's going to tell us exactly how to do that. So count me in. I count you in. Share this podcast with everybody, because I think everyone should know how to do this. Even if you think you're so smart and you're running a Fortune 500 company, it's always good to revisit these things, because you might learn one new little thing or remind you to do something that you know that you haven't been doing lately. So Marcia, welcome. Thanks so much for coming to our podcast today.
Thanks. I'm excited.
So tell us, Marcia, a little bit about yourself and how you got into this industry.
Excellent. Well, I am a 20-something year veteran in the financial services industry, and I come from a family of business owners, and I myself have run businesses, 3 different businesses. And I started looking as my life changed, and we pivot and through our life, and I started to look for things that I noticed a history of. My parents were having problems with this. I had problems with this. I look at my business clients and they have problems with this. And what it all stems from is they're not developing a plan. They're very reactive. They go about their business and they just move in different directions. They don't plan. They chase squirrels. They take on way too many things that they're doing, and it all causes lower profits. And so I started to build this program to help my business owners and the people that I work with. And it all stemmed from my experiences and my parents' businesses experiences. So that's where I got here.
Wow, that's a great background. So tell us, to foolproof your business, are there like certain steps? Is there a formula? Is there something that you walk business owners through? Kind of tell us about that.
Yes. Well, most of us don't prepare, and most of us find that we're leading a business, again, like reactionary. We're going after things, and they're not focusing on their path. So the real basis of my programs is all developing a very in-depth financial business plan. And that business plan is involving your marketing plan, your sales plan, your financial plan, your accounting structure, your hiring structure. It's really developing all the bits and pieces that will make us successful and give us the exact steps that we need to take each year to achieve those financial goals. Because I believe that everything we do in our business, every decision we make in our business is all around the money. So if we don't have a good solid plan for that money, then we're winging it, and nobody wants to wing it. Yeah. And so my plan, my fail-proof plan that I'm working on now, and it is reactionary and pivoting for today's challenges that we're all facing. It's even more important to have that plan in place. And if you haven't worked on that plan for a while, it's time to go revisit it.
Yeah. So tell us some of the tools or some of the steps that you would start taking when you're walking through this, whether it's through your funnel or working one-on-one with someone.
You bet. So what I ask my clients to all figure out, first of all, is we have to know our numbers. We have to know where we are today. Who are we? Who's our ideal client? And who can we get to help us with them? So these are my 5 W's and an H. this is not new to anybody, but it's how you put these pieces into a plan that you can create actions. So my who's are really, who are we and who's our ideal customer? My whys are, why are we doing this business? And why does the customer choose us, right? And these are just questions we have to answer to be able to know how we're running our business. What does our customer really want? What are our offerings? What's the method that we're delivering? Here's another W, where? Where are we really today? What are our assets and our financials that'll tell us where we are, our strengths? Where do we want to go? So what's the goal we're achieving on? And then where are the resources that we need to get to where we want to go? Then the final W is when. So when do we serve our clients? When is it time to shift? Today. And then when do we ask for help? We're not an island. We can't be doing business all by ourselves and try and be successful. We need help. We need advisors. We need support. We need people doing the things that we shouldn't be doing ourselves. And then the how, which is the H, is how do you deliver an exceptional solution? How do you increase your prices while offering more value, especially in today's time where we're all worried about making charges, right? And then how do we stay on track? And these are all the answers that you should know in your business to be able to move in the direction that you want to go. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I think all those are really, really great pieces of advice. And I love how you broke it down with the, the who, the why, the how, and the where, all that. I think that's really, really good. So let's dive a little bit into the financial, because part of that is how do we go about figuring out how to lower our expenses? Let's look at that piece of the puzzle.
Well, if it's all right, I'll brag a little bit about my book. So I wrote a book, Big Profit Secrets Exposed, and I took a lot of my ideas from my podcast, Profit with a Plan, and I put them together in a way that made sense. There's many ways that you can increase your income. And some of those ways are multiplying yourself, right? There's only 24 hours in a day and 7 days a week, and I promise you, you must sleep. The other ideas are creating complementary services that align with your business, such as if you're a chiropractor, you can bring on a massage therapist, you can talk about nutrition, you can do pain management, you can do exercise therapy. These are complementary services you can add to your business that aren't going to confuse your clients. So if you're a realtor, I don't want you selling supplements or Mary Kay makeup. I want you doing things that are aligned with realtor. And those are ways, just 2 ways that you can increase your income.
I love that. That's awesome.
Thanks. The flip side of that is spending strategically. I insist that every one of my clients understands that every dollar that they spend in their business must return an ROI. What does that mean? That means there's no fish tank in the office, right? We're not spending business money on that. But marketing, are you getting minimum 3 times your investment on your marketing return? Are you hiring people that can take the load off of you so you can focus on money building activities? And those are just 2 more ways of spending strategically. So I have a coined phrase, and I've trademarked this, so don't use it. It's called income minus expenses equals profits, right? Never heard of that before, but it is the foundation for everything that I teach. And like I said, most people aren't thinking this way. They're thinking about, I sell a product, I sell a widget, a service, and that's what I do, but they don't think about all the pieces with their business financially that they can do to improve it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I love that formula. For every dollar we spend on marketing, you get a 3x return. And
You better.
sometimes though, it's that unknown. You're trying new things. especially in this environment that we're in. So we say, all right, I've never done Facebook ads before. I'm going to try Facebook ads. Is that how you knock it off your list? Like if it didn't get you 3X, then you think, well, we're not doing that. That's not working for us. Let's move and pivot and do something else. So, I mean, you have to, if you're a new business, you have to start somewhere to experiment. So what's your advice on that?
Oh, thanks. I'm actually knee deep or ears deep in that right now as I'm building mine, redoing my marketing as well. You're not going to get that right out of the gate. In any kind of marketing, you need some help. Like accounting, you really shouldn't be doing this yourself. You should have the experts working with you on this. But you should try something and give it a week. See how it's working. If it's not getting the returns that you want, then something's wrong. It's either your hook, your story, or your offer's wrong. So you need to make those kind of shifts and changes. So like anything, we didn't, I have a grandbaby. He's 1 year old and he's trying to do the Frankenstein walk. He didn't start walking when he was born. It took him a little while to get there. And like your marketing, you're not going to get 3 times your return right out of the gate because you've got to test and try. You've got to get your target client the right thing. You've got to be talking to them in the area that they want. And then you've got to be able to have the right message and offer that will attract them. So there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. So do you coach people with that? I mean, I think a lot of business owners run into, okay, I know I need a better hook. I need a better story. I need a better offer or a different way to say the offer. So what if you're not that copywriting type person who can, how do you go about doing that? Do you help them with that?
I'm really big on the strategy and the idea. So I'm a big picture consultant and advisor. So I'm going to come in and create the strategy and ideas. We're going to work together to do it. And then if your strength is not copywriting, which mine is not, you go to the experts and get them to help you with the copywriting. But before you can make your copywriting, you have to know who your ideal client is, where they're hanging out, and what are they needing from you. So there are some steps that need to be done beforehand. But no, I do not coach on how they do it. I coach them to that there is a need. And if that's not their strength, we'll go out together and bring in the experts to help us do it. Because, we really shouldn't be wasting our time doing things that someone else can do for a lot cheaper. What is our biggest time value? What do we bring to the company that can produce the most income? And that's what we should be doing. We should be, dealing off the rest to those that can do it faster. Even if it's more money, they're doing it for less time. And if they can do it better, and that's their experience.
That makes sense.
One big tip, hire the right people. And it can be a virtual, it can be a project base, but hire. Stop trying to do it all yourself.
Yeah.
I'm looking at myself in the mirror.
Yeah, exactly. We were having a conversation about this before we started the show even. It's like,
yes, we did.
You've got to decide, what your value is per hour to do that. And I understand a lot of companies, startups that don't have a budget, or people that are, things have shut down and they're not having an income stream right now. And so they're looking at having to go backwards instead of forwards to do that. So sometimes it can be difficult, but I'm just going to throw in there. Sometimes you can do trades for people. If you have a service, it's going to take some time of your trade, but then you may gain a client ongoing for it. So listen, I can't pay you right now, but how about I give you my service and you give me your service, and then you become each other's clients, you give each other testimonials, and it raises you both up to a new level. So that's a kind of a solution for that problem.
Love it. Love that idea.
Yeah. So let's talk about marketing a little bit. Give us some suggestions on how you go through somebody's marketing.
So normally what I do is I try and figure out where they are. So in one of those W's, where are you today? And part of that is where your marketing is today. I'm trying to, I totally blanked on the gentleman's name, and I quote him all the time, but there's only 2 things that are really an income producer in your business. One is innovation and the other one is marketing. All the rest are costs to doing business. So we have to figure out what your solution is and how you're doing your solution. And then again, who's your ideal client? Where are they hanging out? And what, most importantly, do they need? Not what you want to give them, but what do they need? And then finding the language to be able to communicate with them. I would say that's how I work and coach and consult with my clients, is figuring out where they are and if it's the right piece in it. But that's just one piece of many things that I do. And then again, like I said, I go get the expert to help with the actual copy, the actual Facebook ads, the actual graphic designs, and so on.
I love that. I think that's kind of, we're hitting that point over and over again on this podcast. It really is, hire the experts and don't try and do it all yourself.
Yes.
I think that's such a big tip for everyone on that. So tell us a little bit about your book some more, and tell us, how did you come up with the idea even to write the book?
Well, I was doing I had gone through a couple of different programs where they said, oh, go write a book in a weekend. And, I wanted it for that expert authority, really, to give myself that credential that I've got some information. And about a year and a half ago, I started podcasting and talking about profiting and using planning and strategies, because I'm a strategic business planner. And so I went to this guy and he said, oh, write a book in a weekend, which was a joke. It was 50 of your best business quotes and why you should use them. I couldn't publish the damn thing. I was driving myself crazy in Amazon and Kindle to get the thing formatted properly. So I gave it up. And then as I was writing my podcast, I kept having different ideas and different segments. And so one of my coaches said, take your podcast topics and write the book from it. And so I actually laid out a whiteboard and wrote down kind of a cadence, who am I and why should you listen to me? What's my story? And then really, what are the biggest nuggets that I coach on? And so I put 5 of my topics out on how to increase your income. Then I put 5 topics out on how to spend strategically. And then I gave a little bit more tips like business credit building and marketing and a couple other things, and then how to work with me. And that became my book. And I have to say, it was a labor of love. It was very, very, very rewarding when I finally clicked the button and said published. Again, hindsight, I should have had someone help me produce it and publish it, because I was doing way more time on this book than I ever should have spent. But it was a first try, I was kind of had that, well, maybe I'll never even get it published kind of mindset, but I did it. And it has been so rewarding. It really has. It's gotten me opportunities to speak on podcasts. It's got me opportunities to speak on stages. It's given me that authority. And I'm already focusing on my second book, and I will absolutely have someone help me do it. I'm not going to do it myself. Back to that theme.
Let's hope you have us, Elite Online Publishing, help you. Let's do that.
Absolutely.
Well, and I think it's so smart. We just did a whole webinar on how to turn your podcast into a book and your book into a podcast. And if anyone wants the link to that, just message us at info@Elite Online Publishing. That's info@Elite Online Publishing, and we'll send you the link to the webinar that we did, exactly how to do that, how to get that done, and then how to do the ROI, get the money back on your book by doing that, having both of those formats. So be happy to do that for you. That was very smart. You had a good coach.
I had a coach after the fact.
Yeah.
So you guys helped me with some amazing ideas after the fact. And I know I made a bunch of mistakes in the first version, and, there are some spelling errors and, just sound things on it that I wish I had listened to people in the past. The folks that were trying to coach me on writing the book earlier, and why I, pulled the Heisman on it, was because they were wanting to publish me under their brand. So I had to look and act like them. And I'm like, I'm not like anybody else. I'm me. Yeah. And so I wanted to have my own piece to it. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the real reason why I stopped and tried to do it myself.
Yeah.
but I won't do that again.
Well, I got your book and I've read parts of it. I need to finish reading it. So I'll pull it out and make sure I finish reading it because I did get your book earlier in this year. So I'll
Well,
definitely do that.
I have to say, I wanted to also make it a super easy read. You could
Yeah.
read it on an airplane ride.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a large number of books that I've gotten from people that I thought, oh, that's a great idea. I want to read it. And like you, I got distracted and never finished the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's, if you can keep it in bite-sized chunks, it's an easy read. I think especially for business books, don't go too deep into the weeds on it. Just keep it simple. Give a concept and an opportunity that if they want to learn more, then there's the opportunity to work with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, great content. Thanks for coming today.
Yeah,
Sure.
tell us where you can go to find more information about you.
Excellent. Wonderful. So my company is Bella Financial Group. My book is Big Profit Secrets Exposed. You can get the book at bigprofitsecrets.com. And then my other new direction that I'm going that we spoke about in the beginning was failproofbiz.com. And that's going to be a workshop that is going to talk about how to do the planning and the strategies to make sure that you are not going to be one of the statistics that fall out of this crazy time that we're in. It's going to make sure that you're doing all the stuff that needs to be done that you probably did one time in your life and thought it wasn't important to continue to do, which is a business plan.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. Well, we'll put the links up for the YouTube video.
Thanks.
And it'll be in the show notes for anyone going to the podcast anywhere else that podcasts are. So thank you so much for being on our show, Marcia.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. So make sure you subscribe to our podcast before you leave and share it with anyone else that you think would be helpful for. And we'll see you next time. And if you're looking to write a book, you know who to talk to, Elite Online Publishing.
It's a great day. Bye.
Hey, are you looking to increase your revenue, build credibility, and elevate your brand? This podcast is brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, an innovative publishing and full spectrum marketing company. They will publish and market your book to make it a #1 bestseller. Becoming an author is the best way to market your business. So contact them at eliteonlinepublishing.com today. All of their authors become #1 bestsellers.